Hello everybody, welcome. It's me, it's Andy, Decayed Andy here. There I am. Hey guys, there is no Mikey this week. Mikey's gone off to do fun things in the wide world. I don't know why. I'm sure it's something devious, but we will be doing Moonbase 2 today, as ever. Did I get someone in to help me out with the show? No. Why? Why, you ask? Simple. Because I forgot about it until about an hour before the show. I scrambled for a sexual Brad. Brad is busy, and I couldn't find anybody else. So you're gonna have to just deal with me today. It's just Andy, all on his lonesome. Hopefully, I can make an entertaining show. It will be relatively quick for Moonbase 2 because there's not a huge amount of really interesting news to sink my teeth into. But maybe we can get something out of it, right? Right? Well, hopefully. Right, okay. Hopefully everybody out there in the wide world of Twitterverse is doing well. Or YouTube world. Hopefully both parties are having a good old day. Or Evoning, whatever might be up. I see Musashi. Oh my god, the people have just come in. Hey, Musashi, next time tag me. I'll fill the hell out of those shoes. I'll need to check what Mikey's shoe size is. You have bigger feet than Mikey? We'll need to check. Need to compare notes. Hello, Daddy. Took the opportunity to drop in. Hey, Daddy, are you as tired as I am? Because, boy, howdy, am I tired. Did I sleep well last night? No. No, I did not. Hey, General, doing all right? And yeah, my Saturday afternoons are generally open too. My God. Daddy is new here. You're not new here. Well, I suppose technically for Moonbase 2 malarkeys you might be, but yeah. People in chat, if you have any Transformers related, well, any questions you want to ask me at the end of the show, remember to throw them into the chat. General Techno, how about you, no, not now, when we get to like, what do you call it? When we get to talking about the Elita 1 pack, right? When we get to the Elita 1 pack, I want you to throw in what your opinion was of TFCon since you went, right? You should do that. Hey! Thank you, Daddy, for throwing in the Discord server. Okay. Let's get the music set up. I'm going to put my headphones on because otherwise I won't be able to hear it. So let's get that rocking and rolling, boys. Okay. It's not just kicked off. Okay. Right. Let's play some fucking Moonbase 2 music. Here we go, everybody.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Decayed Andy. No Mikey here today. He's gone to the land of bones to find all of the sticky thing. Well, bones aren't sticky, I suppose, are they? I mean, you can make a bone sticky through like toffee and other kind of sticky fluids. So I don't know if Mikey's off making bone sticky through the means of toffee or sweetie-like substances, or if he's using a more conventional sort of goo. I don't know. It might be a fun house. Who can say? We're here today to talk about Transformers. It's just me, just Andy, Decayed Andy, as I mentioned. I won't ask how Mikey's doing because he's not here. We have people in chat. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentle peoples. Everybody's here. We're going to be doing some Transformer talk. Hopefully there'll be some interesting bits. I've looked at the stories. There are not. But we're going to rock and roll anyway. We're going to kick off with what I would consider the crappy news. Because, that's how I like to begin things. We start off with the poo, and hopefully we work it up to you, or me, or something. We'll work it up to the good stuff. So, the Transformers Authentic range is shown off their quote-unquote Racers line. We're starting off with an Optimus Prime, and there's a Bimblebee as well. Oh my god, who would have thunk it? Next, you'll be telling me there's a Megatron and a Starscream coming up. I'd call you crazy if you told me such terrible things. These are, looking at the images, they look like bizarre Mario Kart things. I don't know what purpose they're meant to fill. In the world of like transforming toys. I get that they're meant to be for super young kids. as this, they're packaged along with, well, not only are they $5, so they are nice and cheap, I suppose, but they're they're placed next to a Mr. Potato Head. They both seem to as well only have one arm. If you imagine, for people that can't see the stream, imagine a Mario Kart racer, right? So it's a Bumblebee car mode with Bumblebee's head protruding out of the place where you would sit, and then just one arm kind of slung out from the side, like he's almost giving it a right swing, a big old hoof to the side of the face. Not quite sure why. Do these slap each other in the face? Is that the idea? You jelly leg somebody, punch them in the leg, and the leg turns to jelly. Always the left hand as well. No righties on Cybertron. It's a shame. Yeah, the one arm thing is really odd. Yeah, does anybody in chat know why this is a thing? General Techno said, well, yeah, he has one arm. Yang's only got one, and Blake's are probably hidden inside the vehicle somewhere. Oh, maybe that's a thing. I think I would respect these a lot more if this was Wario. Oh, yes, a Ruby ship joke. Okay, that that would have made more sense for Mikey. For me, this is me sitting here going, Ruby was the thing. Nods. That's the small anime girl thing. Yeah, I know it well. I don't know if these do these have a pullback feature where you pull them back and they roll forward? I would hope they would do. I assume they have spinny wheels. Bumblebee has a slightly, actually very kissable lips. I'm sure if Mr. Diamooch got a hand on one of these Bumblebees, he'd give this bee a nice old kiss. If you do like your Overlord lips on your Transformers, this has it. At least for B, not for Prime. Prime doesn't have lips, obviously. He's protecting his kissable face through a face mask, so, consider that. These are certainly a thing. They do not transform. They, quote-unquote, race, whatever that means for these kind of things. They're $5. Yeah, rock and roll. What's this say about the Bumblebee? This is a pretty curious... Oh, it is a pullback toy. Pullback toy which looks like a semi-transformed truck. They must be talking about the Prime. With a robot torso and the front arm... The front raising his left arm. Yep, I said that. It was found at Five Below. Five Below, right? I don't know what kind of store that is. Excuse me, I assume a discount store in America World. In Fort Wayne, Indiana. So all of you Indianians, that's probably the thing they're called. Indianians, head to Fort Wayne if you're desperate for a Bumblebee. This is a second figure, as I mentioned, there was the Prime, the 5, which I mentioned. And that's it. There's not a huge amount about these. I would have thought you'd have a Megatron and an Optimus Prime so they could race each other, He's the good one, he's the bad one. The red car and the blue car have a race. Something, stuff his face. Like the old Milky Way advert. Actually, no. Daddy might know, because Daddy's British. I don't know if any of the Americans in this chat know of the Milky Way adverts that we had, at least in the UK. Right? No one else knows about that. Daddy might be too young to know about the Milky Way advert. I don't know. It's depressing. Because somebody, I think they put it on Twitter, or saw on YouTube. Somebody said if Back to the Future was made now, we would go back to the 90s. And that's sad. Because, Back to the 80s, Back to the Future was made in the 80s or the early 90s, and that was 30 years ago. So that took us to the 60s. Yeah, that makes sense. 60s to the 50s, yeah. So isn't that a really depressing thing? You think about it and you go, oh yeah, if Back to the Future was done now, it would only go back to the 90s. Oh God. oh God. I'm so old. Dad Musashi says, yeah, that Milky Way thing was not something I ever heard of. Oh, really? Oh, do I? I'd almost be... I'm almost willing to put up the trailer. I'll put... no, I will definitely get hit by copyright because YouTube's lame like that. It sucks. If we were just on Twitch, I'd do it, but I'm on YouTube as well. But Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, no Megatron yet, but maybe if these do well, they'll come in the future as well. But yeah, I can't really think too much more about these. I don't really want them. Next up, we have Fiendish Dr. Wu doing the DW-E19 Propel, the DW-E20 Elegy, Elegy, and the DW-E21 Turbo. Micromaster sized. These are the cone heads. These are Thrust, Dirge, and Ramjet, and they are what you would expect. Micromaster scale. Do we actually... I don't think we actually have them next to any Micromasters. Whenever it says these are Micromaster scale, I'm like, what are we talking about? Are we talking about real Micromasters? Are we talking about modern day Micromasters? Like, what kind of Micromasters are we talking about? I don't know. I assume these are more modern scaled Micromasters, right? Because they have ball joints and they have the kind of fancier joints on them than back in my day when a Micromaster had a hinge joint. Had hinge joint legs, it had hinge joint waist, of hips, I should say, and a pin for the arms to go up and down. And that was it. You didn't need anything fancy, and that was why they were fun. That's why they were good. But Thrust, Dirge, and Ramjet, they are what you would expect. We have a screamy face on Thrust. Do we have any other different faces? No, they all seem to have slightly screamy faces. Yeah, they're all screaming in agony. I guess being shrunk down to this small scale is not what they originally had intended. Thrust has the null ray styles, and the other two have the weird giant missile things. General Techno says we need a 3P cone head release that makes a France joke. Oh my god! So that anyone who's too young to get that joke goes, huh? We are from France. What's that? Is that a reference from something, General Techno? I don't recognize that joke. I know well of making fun of the French. I'm British. I'm English. Sorry, it's what we do. You know, it's what we're raised to do. Oh, it's an SNL. Okay, I wouldn't know that. That's an American thing. That's for you fancy people over in America. Will we didn't get SNL? I don't think we got SNL over here. I'd heard of it, but I'd never seen it. The only reason I know of it is obviously because of like Ghostbusters, and it's like, hey, the boys were from SNL, stuff like that. These things seem to be quite nice. I find it quite boring because, you know, it's just more of the cone heads, but they seem competent for the most part. I don't know how they're received within the greater fandom. Hopefully people are liking them. But I can't really add too much just on the basis that I don't have them. They probably, just because the cone heads, probably wouldn't be my style of thing. General Techno says they did a theatrical film with the cone heads too. Oh, I've heard of Coneheads, the movie. Yeah, I'm aware of that. I tell you why I'm aware of Coneheads, because I'm sure back in the day I saw a advert on the back of a magazine or in the Sonic comic for Coneheads. It's one of the two. I definitely saw it in a magazine somewhere, and I thought it looked bizarre and creepy. I never saw the film. Still haven't seen the film. I always remember the look of them and being slightly freaked out by them. I think for good reason, right? They kind of look freaky. They got giant cone heads. It's weird. It's weird, man. We don't have any info on prices as far as I can see. Oh, these are 5.5 centimeters tall, if that's a big deal to you. They will be sold in 2 packs. Hang on. Oh, Thrust and Dirge will be sold together, while Ramjet will be packaged with the upcoming Cosmos figure. Where's the Cosmos figure? Did we talk about this? Oh, it's this thing. We might have talked about this Cosmos, but that's a strange pack. So you get... Why not put all the cone heads together in one 3-pack? That's a weird choice. Why not put them as a 3-pack? Because Cosmos is fun. But if you're going to do the mini-bots, package all the mini-bots together. Okay, sure. No, that's fine. I don't... It's no skin off my nose. It's just a bit of an odd choice, but that's fine. Magicsquare are also doing another entry into the gold... Oh, sorry. No, that was Dr. Wu. This is Magicsquare. They're doing another entry into their Golden Lagoon saga of just, hey, but what if gold? This time it's Bimblebee, so it's a golden Bimblebee. Who's a little bit scary how happy he is to be golden. He has a slightly manic face, if one was to ask me. None of the pictures are desperately great. They're not huge res, at least not on TFW for whatever reason. I don't think he comes with the bricks though that he's posed with. But yeah, it's the same Bumblebee, just gold now. He comes in a new fancy box. Intelligence Officer Bumblebee. Yeah. It's gold Bumblebee. I think okay. The mold looks fine, right? I don't think the mold looks bad. Not for this kind of really small scale Bumblebee. That's fine. That's a-okay. I just can't get ever excited by a completely gold figure. It's been a long time since I was trying to get into the lucky draw phase. You know, I'm thankfully out of that. I still have a lucky draw Omega Supreme from Energon if anyone wants to buy that, because I could do with the money. Ho ho ho! Oh god, I think I've still got a lucky draw Skylinks as well from Galaxy Force, the one where he was where Flame Convoy was colored blue and gray and red and purple. I'm pretty sure I've still got that to sell. If you want to buy that as well, you know, hook me up. We'll do some biz. We'll do some biz. But yeah, Bumblebee. He's a little golden boy. Bless him. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, okay. You know, fair play. Magicsquare also are doing another repaint of one of their figures, Dark Knight, which is MS-B47B. It's a Shattered Glass Jetfire. Is this a well-liked color scheme for Jetfire? I think we've mentioned it before on the show, where it's just like, yeah, it's fine. It's not crazy. But if you like this mold, when Magicsquare did it, I know that around the same time, New Age released their Jetfire, or Skyfire, you know, whichever you want to call him. I'm pretty sure they have all their color options out for him, so I guess this is just Magicsquare kind of catching up to that. Yeah, his face seems a little strange, like looking at his chin. I don't know what it is. I look at the chin and look at how let's call it the helmet part, right? The helmet part goes to his chin. Looks slightly strange to me. I think because it cuts off underneath his chin. Doesn't look quite right. I don't know. Maybe it's fine in person. Maybe it's just these images, but there's something just I don't know. A little off about it. But it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, if you didn't know, Shattered Glass repaint of this guy is he's black and purple and has a very, very small amount of lime green on him instead of the blue for the most part. Not a crazy color scheme. It's fine. I'm saying that a lot already today. It's fine. It's fine. As my house is on fire and everything's burning around me. It's fine. Next up, Transformers the Movie Arise. It's a limited poster by Ryan Button, or Button, if you want to call it that way. If you like your posters, this is limited to only 75 hand-numbered copies worldwide. It's 18 inches by 24 inches on art paper. It's better than that normal shitty paper that we use. It will be available at TF Nation one day Minicon in Manchester. So it's already been and gone. So you wanted this too fucking bad. Missed your chance, boys. No, I lied. Any remaining copies will be available on Moon Art Gallery homepage on Monday the 27th. That's either today when you're listening to the podcast download, or be tomorrow if you're watching the show live with me here and now. So if these didn't sell all out, well, they're going to be on the Moon Art. I think we've More Art Gallery. Let's have a quick look. Oh, we've talked about these guys before. That's right. These are the guys that did the big Splinter 4 pieces of Transformer art. There was the Bumblebee, the Optimus Prime, the Megatron, and the Starscream. And then there was the black and white version that had Transformers kind of weirdly plopped in the background. And we couldn't really figure out what art style they were going for the designs. Like there was a G1 kind of looking Megatron, and yet the Bumblebee looked like a much more modern toy with a modern looking Elita 1 and Chromia. And Starscream kind of looked like his normal G1 version, but Prime had a little bit of like the Magicsquare toy animation model. So Bumblebee, who's really strange. It's the same people. It's the same people. More Art Gallery. Let's have a look at the Oh my god, I turned the thing off. I'll find the image again, chat, so we can actually have a little perusey at it. There you are, you little silly sausage. Alright, so it is what you would expect. It's Transformers the movie poster. Rodimus in the foreground holding the Matrix above his head. Unicron wanting to have a munch on him. It's not anything crazy. I think this is a very standard Transformers the movie image, right? It's not doing anything you haven't seen differently. It's just a different arrangement of the pieces to the puzzle, more so than an entirely new piece altogether. That's how it feels to me. It seems fine. It's not something I would go out my way to buy. I'm trying to think, what would I want from a Transformers the movie poster? If I was going to design my own Transformers the movie poster, what would be a good image? What would be an interesting way to frame it? I think I'd want to do more of a teaser poster, because you could have Unicron eating what's it called, Lithone. That could be quite fun. Like an image of like his mouth teeth sinking into the planet. That could be quite fun. Big image of Snarl. Where I don't see any big image of Snarl, General Techno. Is that the point? Oh, for the movie poster idea, it would be a big image of Snarl. Well, how about we run with that idea? And the poster is a missing in action poster. So it says, "Have you seen this Dinobot?" And it's a one of Snarl. It's like on the the background of the really famous Days of Future Past comic, where it's like Wolverine and Kitty Pryde, and they got the spotlight on them, and behind them you've got the big like which X-Men are dead or missing in action, etc., etc. You could have that. Oh, that would actually be quite fun. Someone must have done that. Someone must have done that Transformers that cover into a Transformers one, right? Someone must have done that, especially for the movie, because you could put down so many dead Transformers on that thing and have you could either have Hot Rod. You could go for the generic thing of Hot Rod protecting RC, to kind of fit more of the style of the actual comic, or you could have Magnus protecting Hot Rod because he doesn't have the Matrix at the time. And it could be like the setup for when he does that on the planet of junk before he dies. Spoilers. That could work. That could be fun. And it would be thematic and it would be interesting. I wonder. Oh, and yeah, you can have a bunch of Eaton and yeah, definitely Eaton. Yeah, you can have you could even put on a Gundam as well, right? No, was it Gundam? Who were some of the models that they used for the prison cell on Quintessa? Was it Valkyries from Macross? Or was it Gundams? Or was it a mix of all of them? I can't remember. The indescript body carcasses that are just on the floor of the prison cell. You want it to be cheeky, you could just throw one of those in onto the poster as well. Because they've been eaten. They've definitely been eaten by the Sharkticons. Even though I don't know why they would be eaten and then put back in the cage of the dead, but maybe it's to freak other people out. I don't know. And then Springer shielding RC. That could work as well, yeah. Springer shielding RC with Unicron tentacles coming from the front. Yeah. That could work as well. Yeah. No, I like the idea of that, yeah. Yeah, maybe you don't put it on a brick wall. Maybe you do it inside, like you say, the intestinal tubes of Unicron, then put the Eaton poster behind them on there. Yeah, that could work. And then you do a bit of mood lighting and whatnot with the spotlight and everything. I'm just saying it could work. You can make it work. Yeah. Or you can have like a horror scene, a horror poster of them being dropped into the little smelting pool. That was horrifying as the kids, hearing them all scream and melt. No, not a way you want to go. Being slowly smelted inside of a big old planet. I figure between the shuttle attack, Lithone, Autobot City, and Moonbase 1, you have plenty of people. Yeah, oh god. Yeah, I mean, think of all the people you don't see in Season 3. But then, sometimes you do see them. And then sometimes you see Bruticus and Onslaught separately on the same screen at the same time. And you need to stop asking questions at some point because of the animation errors. Oh boy. Bless Season 3. It's a special boy. I think, you know what they should do? They'll never do it. I've always thought, what would be a really nice little thing for them to do for like a 50th anniversary of like Transformers G1? Someone goes in and they get the best quality of the animation reel, whatever that might be, and they go and they digitize it, and then someone goes in and fixes it. So if there's like two Starscreams here, you change it to who it should be, whether it's meant to be Starscream and Thundercracker from the introduction of Chip Chase episode. You fix that. You just go in and you fix all of the miscoloring. Some of the animation errors, fine. That'd be too hard. That'd be too difficult to do. You could probably do the color fixes without as much faff, I would hope. They'd never do it, but I think that would be quite nice. Also, excuse me, we might get some HD scans of the Transformers show. I don't know if it was like filmed and stored to the point where it could be done into HD. I'm not sure. Yeah, but they've done it with Gundam shows. They've done it with like Zeta, and Zeta was from the 70s. Well, no, Zeta's from the 80s. If they could do it with, if they do it with Gundam, do it with Transformers. And then the ones that they specifically didn't kill, except then the voice actor either died or left the show. Yeah, it was another reason for them not to have those people on again, or those robots on again. But yeah, Transformers movie poster. It's generic. It's not bad. It's just like, yep. To me, that's another one. I'm kind of sick of seeing Hot Rod or Rodimus Prime holding that fucking Matrix above his head. Put it down, son. No, I'm pressing anyone with it. Get away with you, boy. Get away with you. All right. Next up, we have some concept and art models of the movie, the 86 movie. And it's not coming from Transformers at the Moon, guys, which is kind of shocking. Concept art, I'll go through the list and then we'll have a look at the images together. So we got a bowl-shaped Autobot city, Moonbase 1 surveillance post, interior of Ingestor, which was apparently Unicron's name. That was a fucking terrible name. Unicron's brain with trajectory of the Quintesson ship. The Autobot piloted through his eye. Oh, okay, that's fair enough. Autobot spaceship, the planet of junk, or the Junkion in quotations planet. Yeah, that's fair. It's not a full planet, that's fair. The stomach of Ingester, Unicron. Models, early RC and Springer, Cybertron's moons and Quintessa, early Galvatron, Autobot spaceship, Junkion, Wreckar, which is Wreckar, Cyclonus, Quintesson Judge, and Cybertron itself. Okay. Oh, you know what this looks like? This is no good for people who don't know what we're actually looking at, but this is why you come to the stream, so you can actually see this stuff. This reminds me of the Cobra Terra. Is it the Terradrome? You know the base that they had in the Cobra, the G.I. Joe movie? This looks a bit similar to that. Not completely, with a high wall going around the outside. It didn't go into a bowl shape, but this kind of makes me think of that. This looks a lot more defensible than Autobot City was. Mainly because it's got giant walls. It's hard to get inside here, You can come from the air, but it's going to be hard to just drive in, which is what they do. Yeah, this seems a little bit better for defense purposes. General Techno says, I assume... Oh, this is related to what I was saying about the HD stuff. I assume best we'll get is Shout Factory releases, given that even those were a hybrid of multiple masters. Yeah, I think you're probably right. And you know what Shout Factory need to do? Start making it fucking region locked so people can outside their country can buy it. I'll never forgive them. They do it with Kamen Rider stuff as well. It's always region locked. It's always region locked, so I can't get it. Oh, it's not I can't get it. It's redundant for me to get it, because if I want to get it, I then need to spend like nearly £200 on a region-free Blu-ray player. I don't just have £200 lying around, unfortunately. The one that's the ring, yeah, that's the Terradrome. I think it looks a little bit like it. It looks neat. Like all the I always like seeing concept art because it's can be quite interesting. Which one was this? Interior Autobot surveil. Oh, this is inside one of the Autobot moons. That's right. Yeah, I recognize. It's got the big gun thing looking at Cybertron. Looks like Obertron. That looks like an O to me rather than a C. Note the surveillance machine pointing to Cybertron monitored the Decepticon space activities on Cybertron. Space bridge, do you think? Or just space? Could be either. It's really big too. That's a big, big satellite area because we've got a little Autobot for scale there. He looks a bit like Megatron, mainly because of the head shape. But yeah, look at how cool this is. This is detail-wise. Looks well good. Well good. Oh, this was inside. This is the interior. This is interior of Ingestor, which is Unicron. The Matrix Chamber. This is a computer-generated chamber. Oh, this. I don't think this is the. This looks like the Quintesson ship, but to me, this looks like that weird red goo stuff. Do you remember when Unicron goes up to Lithone? And you see from inside Unicron, it looks like that red stuff that was all gooey and going around the insides of his bits. And then we've got a red spiky ball, which looks like his brain module, or whatever that was meant to be. To animators, board artists, our imagination using the round layout. Okay. It looks like your artists, this model to guide. I don't know what that means. Autobot size is very small. Transparent tissue like membrane. Oh, it is. It is the red goo. It is the red goo. Chamber of Acid River. Oh, that's this bit down here. Yeah. And we have random crystal just floating around in there too. Yeah. Neat. This one's not as big, but this is Unicron's brain module, I think it is. I can't really read any of the stuff on it just because of how... Can I copy the image and put it in here? I don't think I can. I don't think it's going to let me. Let's try it again. No. No, I was trying to make it big. Oh, maybe we can make it big. Hold on. I'll open up Photoshop. We'll open up Photoshop and I'll see if I can make it big. Right? Why not, right? Okay. Da-da-da. No, you don't need to see my stupid thumbnails for me making things. That's the image. All right. Okay. Yeah, we could get a little better on this. There we go. Back of the eyes. Oh, these are his eyes. Well, this doesn't match up for when they steal his eyes in the show, but that's fine. It looks like they're attached to his brain by like giant chains. His brain is very, very close to his eyes. Very close. Trajectory of the ship. Bores through the eye and the brain of Unicron. Oh my god. So I guess the idea was like the Quintesson ship was meant to go through his eye and through his brain. Woof. I didn't think that would be the case. Mental wiring. Neurons. We need to get, what's his name? Guy from Psychonauts. He needs to come in here. True story. Human brains are close to the eyes. But what if they weren't? Have you ever cracked somebody's head open? Musashi? I'm asking for a friend. Entrance to the chamber of nervous system and the maze of wiring where Daniel and company continue to number 3. I guess that's some of these holes, I suppose. Deep robotic pit entrance that leads to the dark chamber where Hot Rod... Oh, okay. This is a lot more easy to visualize because I don't know about anybody else who watched the Transformers movie. It's a little confusing how Unicron's internals work. Like when they fly through his eye and they all just kind of fall out the ship and it's just a random pit of just spikes coming out of the wall where Hot Rod just kind of flops onto them. And he kind of rolls and goes in a completely different direction to everybody else. Oh, there's the ship. Oh, this it pops through his brain and goes that way. Okay. Yeah, this is a bit easier to figure out. Fluorodiri. Oh, there you go. I know that guy. Yeah, all right. There you go. The brain is contained in a spherical chamber. Take note of the overlapping pallets style of Unicron. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Oh yeah, it's super weird. Yeah, this is a lot easier to figure out. Like they crash through here, then they'd bail out, and I guess like Daniel and stuff go down this thing here, and then Hot Rod goes, down this specific one here. It's a bit more of a jump, but fair enough. All right, size, so he's teeny. Yeah, okay. That's that one. Is that? Next up, this is... Oh, interesting. Transformers the movie Autobot Spaceship. This is not what I would consider what their spaceship would have looked like. We have this part here. It's a ring shape, strangely enough. There's a part here which it looks like they cut away and turned into the front of the Autobot ship. This looks more like a weird Quintesson style ship because we've got like a... You know what it is? It's an old school spinning top. This is an old school spinning top with like an engine coming out the back of it. Musashi, it's a spinning top with a tail. Yeah. I just mentioned, yeah. I swear I didn't read that and cop it for my own idea. I promise. We just came to it at the same time. It's an interesting design. I don't think I like it. Like I say, I think this would work way better for a Quintesson ship design. This ship is a rough. This ship can be inverted. Either position is good. Okie dokie. Use this ship for Autobot Spaceship. Use version A1 for Quintesson ship. This is A version 2. Okay, so I guess the Quintesson ship was made first, and then this one was the second one, and maybe this was here just to say, like, hey, don't make it a Quintesson ship. Alrighty, deity. Oh, another one for, what do you call it? Photoshop. Okay. Stick this sucker in here. Not as big. Not as big. Let's re-bigify it. Big mode. Not perfect, but let's get the... Oh, this is a little bit of Cybertron, isn't it? Looks like it. Yeah. It's like a cutout of Cybertron. Quite a deep one, too. Looks like... something they never showed is them living under the surface of the planet, even though we had episodes like Dweller in the Depth. It seems like there's some... Oh, this is the Junkion planet. I'm stupid. I wouldn't have considered this the Junkion planet. It's way too clean. It looks just like a lump of Cybertron. But it's not. It's apparently Junkion in an earlier image of it, at least. The two spheres with spikes are the source of energy for the planet. Two spheres with spikes. Oh, these things here. Okay, the things that look like giant owl eyes near the surface of the Junkion planet. Doesn't look very junky. Doesn't look very junky at all. It's not. I don't think this is a bad design. It just looks way too much like just Cybertron, just like a lump of Cybertron that's been thrown off into the space. You can invert this planet. The invert position is better, more dramatic. All right. Well, let's see if that's true. Let's see if that's true, chat. Vertical. All right, chat. You can tell me. Does this look more dramatic this way up, where the point is the top? What do you think, Chad? Do you think it looks better like that, or oh, hang on, like that, or like that? Which one do you like? Horizontal or not horizontal? That's ruler. That's not redo. Step forward. Alt Control Z. Ah! Get off of here, Geoforce. It's like hella like a castle. It's great. Yeah, no, I was taking the piss. Like I didn't think it would look good, but yeah, General Techno says it does look more dramatic that way. Yeah. It doesn't look like a lump of Cybertron now. Yeah, it's quite interesting. It looks a bit like it looks like a castle I think I'd see on something like Thundercats, right? Like if there was a space season of Thundercats, this would be like the mutants' home base or something like that. Yeah, that's quite cool. That's a nice look to it. What's up next? Oh my god, another one. Okay, another one for Photoshop. I'm glad I got Photoshop, let me tell you. Let's stretch this sucker out so it's full screen. Doink. Doink. Okay. So what's this part meant to be? This is a complete Unicron or Infestor complete. Third moon of Cybertron. There's a bit that's meant to be the third. Wait. Third moon of Cybertron? Third moon of Cybertron. Huh. And it's inside of his moon of Cybertron. Third moon of Cybertron. Did they mean second moon? To storyboard, background is only AU. Okay. Some of these notes don't make too much sense. Yeah, I don't know why it says third moon. It must mean second moon. Other eaten ships. Lots of ships. We've got pointed spikes to digest metals. Oh, is this what the spikes inside the Unicron drop-down area were meant to be? These were meant to be like digestion things. Because I don't think static spikes usually are that good at digesting things. They look cool, like really sinister, but I'm not sure how effective they are at like breaking things. Sharpened blades for grinding eaten metal. To storyboard and layout, artists, you can use any portion of this background layout in any position, either horizontal or vertical position, or inverted. Does anybody recognize any of these specific shots? OC. I don't think any of this looks too familiar. No, it doesn't make me go, oh yeah, it's this bit. Yeah, none of this looks familiar to me, at least. Just very spiky inside a Unicron. It's almost like he's got stones or something inside his kidneys. So no wonder he's angry. He's going to be passing those out through his peen. And I hear passing kidney stones is not a fun time for anybody. Mainly the person having to pee them out. Let's throw this in here just so we can have a close-up look of RC. Yep, that's RC. That's RC. Sending light. Apparently the top of a forehead was meant to be a sending light, whatever a sending light is. Receiving ring. Oh! The little Princess Leia bun bits on the side of her head were receiving rings. So I wonder if the idea was they were meant to light up like wheeljacks. The side of wheeljacks things. Her backpack is a medical pack for humans. It says in quotations medical pack, so that sounds scary. It's got a microphone pointed down to one of her shoulders. Surveillance case carries concealed laser pistol, flares, ropes, extra energon cubes. Wow, RC's fucking prepared. RC is like a mum going to the shopping mall, like with the babies, and she's got a big backpack of just everything you possibly could need. Well, RC was on hand. At least this version of her. Lights for night vision was just under her boobs. The little white bit under her boobs, the front of her car mode. That makes sense, because that'd be the light source for her car. Microphone button release, so that'll activate her shoulder microphone. First aid tackle box. Various tools to fix up injured... Oh, so her weird, like, giant shoulders were meant to be, like, first aid tackle boxes. Okay. That's fun. Profile. Warrior, heroine, sweet, caring, protective of her fellow Autobots, tough under the gun, Princess Leia type. Yeah, you'd never fucking guess with the buns, would you? But, you know, that's fine. Magnetic shoes used for steady footing. Shame that was never really shown. It makes sense, though. You know, if you're in space, you don't have gravity, so all that kind of jazz. General Techno, I mean, she's inspired by Leia, which means different things depending on who you talk to. Well, she's not Mary Poppins, so that's something at least. For some, General Techno goes, for some it being the girl in the bikini, for others the competent character in the group who is also a woman. Yeah. I think I prefer the competent person who's just happens to be a lady is probably better. RC is just there in the movie, but let's be honest. The Transformers movie, it has a really good start, a really bad middle, and then a pretty decent end. It's not amazing, but it's like it's pretty fun at the end. It's just the middle part where it's just nothing, unfortunately. They leave Earth, and then you can kind of just go to sleep for a while and then wake up. You can wake up once they finish dancing on junk, and then you're fine. You're back for the good stuff again. At least that's my opinion on the movie. So it's The Empire Strikes Back. It could be. Then we have, I think everybody seen Fat Springer before. You're more or less describing ESB. What's ESB? ESB. I'm trying to think what ESB is. No, yeah, you're gonna have to tell me, General. I'm sorry. What's ESB? Empire Strikes Back. Oh, I wouldn't say I get the thing that's. You're not entirely wrong, but I'm more engaged with Empire Strikes Back in the middle than I am with Transformers movie. It's still a bit more. It's still more interesting, but yeah, that's my opinion. This lad is large and in charge. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Fat Springer. Oddly enough, he's got like a Galvatron stomach, which is kind of weird. And little fat arms as well. This actually looks like it wouldn't have taken much to turn him into the Galvatron that we know. I don't know, like, his shoulders remind me a little bit of Galvatron as well. It's not Galvatron, obviously. There's just bits I look at this and I go, they might have ported that over. I love the Nor vibes that Springer gives off. Yeah, he does have a very Nor body proportion. Like, if you showed me this, I'd be like, he's voiced by Danny DeVito. He looks like he'd be 3 foot tall, or whatever the 3 foot tall equivalent is in the Transformers world. I guess Bumblebee height. He looks like he'd be him. Oh, here's a question. If they ever do Gears for a live action movie, get Danny DeVito to do Gears. There you go. Free idea. You'd have to pay him more, so you probably wouldn't do it, but there you go. Come to think of it, Springer, Galvatron, and Nor all share the abs. And Unicron. Unicron's got abs as well. Unicron has 6 abs versus Springer and Galvatron, like you say, who only have 4. And it's weird that Nor has abs, because he's just a round boy as well. But, whatever's. Not here to judge. Oh, we have one of Cybertron's moons, which is a bit more pointy. It's a ball shape, but then it's got a point on the north and south pole, let's just say. Then we have Quintessa, which it looks like Quintessa. I don't think there's any real difference. They've got like a crescent moon floating nearby and another. They like their spikes on these planets. My God, everything's got spikes coming out of them. Ah, there's Galvatron, who looks like Springer, but not really. But you know what I mean. I don't think there's anything desperately different here, but these are neat. We've talked about the spaceship before. I don't know why it shows us again. Oh, Wrecker. This looks like way more like toy Wrecker. Let's get on Photoshop. Yeah, this looks way more like toy Wrecker than what we got in the movie. I think he looks better in the movie because they don't need to worry about him being a toy. He looks more like a Lithone, I think, in this concept artwork. Much more lithe and skinny. It looks like if you wanted to cosplay as this version of Wrecker, you'd have a way easier time. His chest just looks like a giant bit of plastic that someone stuck to the chest. The bike part looks like a proper hat. Yeah, if anybody wants cosplay ideas, and you go, oh, you're Junkion, your Wrecker looks shit. It's like, no, it's not shit. It looks like the concept artwork of the first concept of quote unquote, and you can do the quote unquote thing, quote unquote, or you could even like fake push your glasses up your nose and go, actually, my costume's based on the original Junkion concept artwork. Yeah, should be easy enough to do, I would think, and it look all right. All right, what's after Wreck-Gar? Hey, Cyclonus. Oh, it's Big Lip Cyclonus as well. Big Lip Cyclonus. I feel that sometimes we've had this design for Cyclonus in the show, but not often. The only time I can think of his face looking specifically like he does in this concept art is in Ghost of Starscream, where Starscream possesses him. No, just after. I think it's like after Starscream jumps out of his body and Galvatron shoots him. He has something more akin to this face. I say that knowing like how many times the animation style changed on all of those models. Sometimes within the same episode. But yeah, this is not exactly what I think of when I think of Cyclonus, but it is sometimes what I think of when I think of him. Yeah, there's a few where they use the wrong model. Yeah, I mean, it always looked like Cyclonus. It's just not the final version of Cyclonus, at the very least, I suppose you could say. Next up, woo. Next up's the Quintesson. Yep, that just looks like a Quintesson. This looks like a finalized version with all the judges' faces. What do they call the judges' faces, though? That's a good idea. Let's have a look at that. Let's beef it up as well, just so I can read it. Suspicious face is the green face with the spikes on his head. Shilling face? Bing Chilling face? Yeah, Shilling face is the... I guess I would call this one the fat face. It's not the fat face, it's the more orangey face. Face of Death is just called the Face of Death. Yep, that's fine. Wrath is called Angry Face, which makes sense. And Grimacing Face, I can't remember what Grimacing Face is. It's the other green one, the one with the Mongolian styled hat, is I guess how I would describe it at least. Is that it? I can see Shilling. He looks like a used car salesman. Let's have a look at him. Yeah, that's not an unfair statement. Yeah, I could see him trying to hawk off a shitty car to somebody in the Transformers. Well, I can see that. Big old fat planet of Cybertron. Super heavy line details on that, as you would expect. And that's it. Okay. Yeah, some pretty interesting bits of concept artwork, I would say. Some nice bits in there. I liked all the extra detail on RC. That was kind of interesting and fun. Kind of wish she had all those things in the movie, like the rope. The rope would have been super useful inside Unicron, but let's not worry about that. Next up, since we're talking about old school Transformers, we had a reveal this week of the Legacy Evolution Wardon Dion, and Ariel 2-pack. We saw promotion artwork for these, or at least production photos of these, like a few days beforehand, and we've got in-hand images of them if someone likes to buy the toys early. I think there's an image with Dion with some kind of turquoise blast effects. I don't know whether that indicates that he comes with these or not. But if you didn't know, the Ariel figure is using the, Legacy Prime RC mold, which I don't think many people really enjoy. And Dion is using the Studio Series Cup mold. And they have not really changed a huge amount. Still seems like you can pull off Dion's arms, or Dio's arms. Yeah, call him Dio. Dio's arms. He's still got the energy dispenser, energon dispenser. There's a few like new molded parts in here, but not a huge amount. Ariel has a few new parts as well. Head's new, obviously. The bike mode has a new bike hood? I don't know. The front of the bike, where the windscreen is. It's got a new part there as well. To try and make it look different. It still looks like the same mold to me enough that I'm like, ugh. She's, I think she's looking a bit rough here. She's got a very... Is there a close-up of the face on her? Because she's got a very weird face. I don't know, guys. I think the face looks a bit wonky here. Can we paste? No? Okay, we'll try copying again. Copy. Why won't you paste? Oh, that's why. Okay. Nope. There it is. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a blurry image I've got here, but I don't think this face looks super good, guys. I don't think it looks super good. The weird hair part around her head looks okay. It's the actual face with a very, very squared off chin. It looks kind of weird to me. It doesn't look quite right. I've never been a fan of this mold. I'm sure people know. When I first saw it, I was like, and I'm still kind of very much in the category. I just don't think it looks great. I'll be honest. I do think the bike mode has been improved. You can see a side by side. I think this looks a little bit cooler, a little bit more like sleek bike. It's pank. If you like some pank, it is pank. I think what was it, road thingy? The first repaint is probably the best version of the mold, to be honest. What's chat say? They've done that before. Accidentally put things on shelves early because they didn't disseminate sheet data info properly. Yeah, it's not. I mean, I'm not surprised that this was leaked early. Happened with PulseCon, Beast Wars Ravage for me a couple of years back. Oh my god, I remember that figure. They tried, I think, but yeah, not sure what the sculptor were directed to do. Yeah, because it's not really. Let's I'll take. Hang on, I'll turn off this. Let me get an image of what she looked like in the show. Because there must be like an image we can pull up. One would imagine. Transformers. Boop. Is there not like a... Wow, really? You put this into Google and there's no cartoon image. Okay, we'll put on cartoon. Is it the spelling's weird? It is. Okay. Okay. The spelling's a little different. On the box, it's spelled with an E. In the Google search, it wants you to do it with an A. Ariel. All right, there we go. Yeah, okay. So this is a face. She's got a somewhat ponytail. Oh no. Oh no. That's quite a difference, isn't it? That's quite. Oh dear. Okay. Get rid of that so you can really put them by each other. Deselect. Yeah, man. Poor girl's looking a bit rough. Oddly enough, in the animation model, didn't have white skin. It was a dark pink on a salmon pink. I think I don't know my pinks too well. I'm sorry, on a salmon pink, and then I guess more of a violety kind of pink for the face. Like I get there is the salmon pink. They do have the salmon pink on the figure. There's just like fluorescent pink, salmony pinky pink, and then white. But yeah, this girl's gone through it. She's gone through it. Oof. Yeah, the model has the forehead only on one side. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, this bit should be like should be. Hang on, let's take off the the feathering. That's not helping. Zero featherings. There we go. Yeah, we need like this bit. We need it like shunted more over here. Like that. It's kind of slumped over. I didn't even notice that. That was a good call. It needs to be more over here. It's like, whoop. Oh well, they did get that right. Or they did fix that at least. But yeah, this looks a little nicer, I gotta say. Oh, animation from the 80s. Bless you. Bless you, little cotton socks. Oh, we've already done that one. What do we think of Dion overall? What do people think in chat about this set? Is this something that anybody really wants? I mean, I think we're using two molds I don't really care too much about. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can put. Why is anybody using the Titans Return Alpha Trion figure for anything? Stop it. That was a terrible toy. Wasn't that we've got an image here of the Orion Pax figure from a while ago as well. Wasn't the idea that they were going to use that? I guess they wanted something different in scale. But I guess if you want these guys, if you want pre-G1, they look fine, I suppose. They look fine. Not something I want. How it started, how it ended. Oh, Ariel was so small. I'm only a little smaller than Prime. Oof. Oof, man. The boys grew up, especially Dion. He grew into Ultra Magnus. Bless him. Actually, the cartoon model from the screen cap looks a bit off looking at her actual character model. You might be right. I mean, again, G1, it's not always the most accurate when it comes to animation models. I would assume the person who took the photos never got the Alphatron 2-pack. Oh, God. Yeah, why wouldn't you use that one? Oh, that's a way better Alphatron. As that's the power of the Prime Orion Pax. Oh, God. Oh, General Techno, you're making the points, my dude. I'm glad he's getting a toy in abstract, but yeah, I'm good for him. It's the best I can manage. Yeah, the same. Yeah, I'm happy for the people who are happy. Is what I would say. I'm not happy that I still don't have a G1 Skyquake, but there you go. Not that pack was hard to get in Canada. It really wasn't. Was it hard for anybody to get that pack? Can't imagine it would have been. Yeah, it's here. Do we have a price? Ooh, 62. I don't know if this is dollary. It's probably dollary dues, right? $62 dues. Can't read where it's from, but if you want this 2-pack, it's $62, which $31 each. I don't know whether, again, that's Canadian or not, but $31 for a deluxe and a Voyager. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you can tell me if that's not right. GameStop had it in Canada, and it was pre-orderable. The Alphatron set, I think you mean, right? Generally, GameStop gets lots of the Pulse exclusives, but not all. Not all, but a lot. Wonder why not all. That's odd. Maybe it's just like excess that they get. Either way, next up, do you remember the Christmas Optimus Prime that we got, where we were really fucking confused by it? Well, now we can get the VNR fan-exclusive Optimus Prime. It says it's the first look, but it's technically not wrong. It's the first look we got this color scheme. But we have seen this toy before. It's still got the Earthrise trailer, which is like, there it is. Did anybody in chat get this Optimus Prime, the Christmas one? Because I thought it looked weird. I mean, it still looks weird. Yeah, it won't let me zoom in anymore. General Techno got this. Okay, what did you think of this? It's a great mold. Really? It looks... How's it compared to the Earthrise mold? Is it better, worse, about the same? Like, where do we rank this in terms of recent primos? About the same or what? General Techno also says, disappointing that... disappointing that the one they teased in the roundtable is just a G1 Prime and not, say, G2 Hero Optimus Prime. That would be something. That would be quite cool if this was Hero Optimus Prime. Just for fans like me. Very different in how it transforms. New legs finally. Oh, okay, so it's got a different transformation from Earthrise. I mean, that makes sense. It's vastly different visually. Still got the weird thing where you can see through like his window screen and you can just see bits of the robot in there. Just make you don't need to make these transparent if you're just going to see robot bits. Make them opaque. You know, hide the robot goo. At least tint them. You know, you can see, like for Legacy Breakdown, they've at least tinted the windows. You can still see in the car, but they're a little tinted, which helps. It's not just like you see through and go, oh yeah, there's all of the robot. There you go. Yeah, tint your windows. It'll look better. Entirely new transformation. The legs are the cab. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm looking at, we've got, that makes sense. So what are these blue bits, I wonder? Maybe his hands, maybe they're just fake. And the rear of the truck is the backpack. Oh, yeah, there are the wheels there, that goes to there. Yeah. This is not something that I would want. If you got rid of the trailer, actually, if you got rid of the trailer, and you colored this up in a weird scheme, like Toxitron colors or something like that, I could, again, be more interested. Just another Optimus Prime, as usual, doesn't really do it for me. He does have a Matrix, which I'm sure is important. And it is nice to see a kind of more modern truck. That's what kind of this design is. Doesn't look bad. It's just, just one more Optimus Prime. I think this will do better than the Christmas one. The Christmas one, you know, you get it, unless it's strange, you get that out once a year, right, for Christmas, unless you just have it in the back of your collection and go, oh, that's the Christmas one. Realistically, you get this out once a year, get the fancy Christmas one out, that's fine. This is more your standard, like, here's another Optimus Prime. If you don't want the trailer, repaint it, it's so Akane Shinjo gets one. Yeah, I'm down with that. Akane version, go for it. Honestly, I think the Christmas one was more interesting than this. It is different, or the Christmas one was different, so I'll give you that, yeah. But I don't know, I think it's weird to have a Christmas thing out when it's not Christmas. Feels wrong. It's like wearing your shoes on the wrong foot. It's like, I could do it, I'm not gonna though. But it's coming if people want it. Give me a repaint without the trailer, please. I'll be more interested. And next up, we have... Oh, this is the last story. Oh my god, we're already through. Yeah, these are the images of the official character artwork for Rise of the Beast characters. These, to me, seem like they're based more on the concept artwork. I think you can tell this from Nightbird specifically, but we'll have a look through them. So image-wise, we have an Optimus Prime, a Bumblebee, Mirage, RC, Optimus Primal, full robot mode, Cheetor, Rhinox, Air Racer, Scourge, Freezer, not the Dragon Ball Z villain, Nightbird, and Battle Trappo. Well, let's have a look through these boys. There's compilation. We don't care about compilation. Japanese image, Optimus Prime. Looks like a more slender version than what we're actually getting, which is making me think it's a bit more of a concept artwork or a not finalized version, because he doesn't look this thin in the trailers we've seen. That's for sure. I think the lights aren't on his knees or arms either, at least in the trailer that we saw. Bumblebee looks... just looks like Bumblebee. Yeah, it's really hard to tell. Mirage, this is a different looking Mirage, mainly because his face is different. Unless he has a battle mask, which I guess, why not? They all have battle masks, so wouldn't be a huge shock. RC, yeah, looking a lot more slender. I think RC's done a bit more weightlifting before she got sent into the movie. Weren't the goggles like something she could have or take off, I think? So maybe this is just her with them off. Yeah, these are not the finalized concept artworks. I'm sure of it, just looking at them. Primal, looking like Primal for the most part. He has elbow knives. It was a good place to keep... Oh, no, I'm lying. It looked like he had elbow knives. He's just holding his swords, and it looks like he's got elbow knives. That's my bad. Cheetor, yeah, it's a cat. Rhinox looking like a rhino. Ares are looking like a burb. That's... Scourge just looking a bit strange. He's looking a bit more brown and rusty and burny colors than he actually does, at least for the toy, and from the times we've seen him, which is more of a just kind of solid matte black look to him. He also looks a bit thicker. Like, his face looks a bit wider. Not quite as, like, gaunt as the bits that we have seen. I really hope Primal has got the split faceplate. I'd hope so, but I wouldn't have much hope. Given this is clearly a battle mask. The Primal robot mode, my god. Hang on. You like the robot mode, Musashi? What do you like about the robot mode out of interest? Because my problem is it has no color to it. It's pretty much one solid color. It's black with a very gunmetal-y gray for highlight. Kind of all... We needed a bit more of the white. We needed a bit more of the red. Oh, you like it because of the beef. Shape-wise, yeah, shape-wise, I could get behind that. But in terms of just, like, color, he needs more pop. A bit more wowie sauce to him, I think. Freezer. Oh, Freezer's the frenzy figure. That's right, he turns into the weird gun thing, doesn't he, for whoever it is, Battle Trap or something. Nightbird looks similar to the concept artwork. She has shredder claws. That's okay. Sure. Oh, she does have shitty feet. She has shit... Right, so the reason the toy has shitty feet is because the concept artwork has shitty feet as well. Wonder who came up with it first. Who had the shitty feet first? Was it Hasbro that came up with the shitty feet? Or was it the 3D artist that came up with these crappy bits of metal jutting out of her? Primal is just desaturated Beast Wars Optimus Primal. The desaturation is the worst part. I can't agree. Oh, I couldn't agree with you more there. It'll be a 3D artist. Yeah, I would guess. Yeah, you're probably right. Battle Trap doesn't look too bad here. My thing, well, looking at these is, these are clearly not the finals, because we've seen, well, assuming what we see in the trailer is the final version, this is not how they look here. And if this is not how they look here compared to a trailer, I guess it might not be how any of them look compared to the final version when they eventually come out either. There you go. You have a look at these and you go, yeah, that's them. That be the things. And that's the news, I'm afraid, everybody, unless I don't think there is anything else news-wise. General Techno says, interesting note, Battletrap, Sovolov mentioned at TFCon LA. He's still doing recording for Rise of the Beast as of a couple of weeks before, and it's the most he's worked on a film project before. Oh, well, that's good news for him. When's the movie meant to be out? Isn't movie's not too far off. I mean, I know it's a different, department doing the voice recording and splicing that in, but still. I'm scared they're going to do my boy Cheetah dirty in his robot mode, though. I mean, it won't be the cool or the better one from the 3-pack. It'll be the orange cheetah, unfortunately. I always set my expectations low for the movies, so yeah, we'll see. Oh, apparently Cullen said a few things before, a few things about Rise of the Beast at the con this weekend. Anything of interest, or was it just stuff that you heard of General Techno out of interest? Let me have a quick check on the main page, see if we've captured everything of value. I think we have. I'm pretty sure we have. Roundup for toys. Oh yeah, crappy cards. Yeah, people are getting their legacy evolution figures, their prowls and their shrapnels and everything like that. I haven't gone for mine yet, but hey ho. There you go. I think that's all the news, everybody. June 9th, US release, Google says, for the movie. Jesus, that's not far off if they're still doing audio recording stuff as of last week. June, you say? 3 months. Nah, that's not... To be fair, 3 months is not a lot of time to get a movie edited and rendered and on print for movies, I would imagine. But might be fine. We'll send you the tweet. Tagged you with on Twitter. Okay, let me have a smoochy boochie. I'll head over to the tweeters and then I'll have another little looky-dee-doo. DM. Nope, not a DM. It has not come yet. Oh, no, there it is. Peter Cullen speaks at the Convention Fan Expo in Cleveland, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's read the actual thing. Hey, man, hopefully you see this, but I actually got to see Peter Cullen today at the convention in Ohio, and he had a panel where he talked and answered questions, and he said some interesting things. I thought you'd like to know. I didn't know if you would share them with your followers or not, but I thought I'd tell you here. Tell you just in case. He said Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime will be a little like the newer adaptation, where he's more stoic. He sort of compared it to, to Michael Bay's Optimus, but he made it known that they're different from each other. He confirmed that he's working on an animation film, the animated film. Yeah, we haven't talked about that for a while, which I guess makes sense. Where Optimus is a bit younger. Unsure if he's connected to the films or not. He didn't speak specifically. He confirmed that he's working on another live-action film, most likely the sequel to Rise of the Beast. Wow, okay, that's ballsy to think it's going to do well enough, but okay. He expresses how good this film is, and that it has the potential to be the best Transformers film. Okay. No actor while doing press for the movie says the movie is going to be shit. No actor says that, because they know it's fucking suicide if they do. They can't come out and say this movie's fucking terrible. The closest we ever got was Mark Hamill when he was talking about the last Star Wars movie he was in, when he was like, oh boy, this is fucking shit. That's the closest we've ever had to actors being like, nope, this movie's anus. He had a way better time working on Rise of the Beast than Bumblebee. Oh, that's good. But he was barely in Bumblebee. What do you mean he had a better time? Does that just mean he got paid more? He had a better time. He got paid more. He'll probably be on screen more. I bet he had a better time. Jesus. I am making assumptions there, but I don't think it's unfair to say that. And he actually got to record his lines from his home. Oh my god. Okay. So not only does he record more, so he'll be paid more, he gets to do it from home. Of course he liked it more. If I could roll out of bed and make a fuck ton of money, I'd be proper chuffed as well. Come on, Peter. Come on. Oh my god. And yeah, he didn't have a great experience working on Bumblebee, as essentially he just got asked to redub John Bailey's lines. He might not have had a good time, but again, if he didn't have a good time, I would have taken that money and been very, very happy. Very, very happy. Yeah, I don't think he said anything good about the previous Bay movies. Well, there's nothing good to say. I don't think he said bad things about them before they came out, though, right? It was always after the fact. This will be the best Transformers movie. Yeah, there's also that. This will be the best Transformers movie. It's like, well... And Mikey likes the Bumblebee movie. As I'm sure people know, I do not think it's that good. I think it's fine at best. So he's got to actually make the acting choices himself this time, I'd assume. The last night he's very clearly checked out. Oh, I'm sure, yeah. But he didn't check out before the movie came out. That's my point. You can't, actors, I'm sure, contractually are not allowed to say shit things about movies before the movie's out. Once it's out and the promotion and advertisements all done, then they can do it. So, whatever. I mean, his vocal performance is more so. Oh, so you think he just didn't do as well because he was tired of it? Yeah, maybe. That could be a thing. Who knows? Well, we are on to what we've been up to this week. Mikey? What have you been up to this week? Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, if we were actually doing what Mikey's been up to this week, I could take my headphones off and go for a poo, and be back in time with loads of time left. So, what have I been up to this week? Not a huge amount. The work, which is always a good old time. Been watching things on Amazon Prime since, I've had Picard season 3, episode 6. That was, again, another solid episode. It felt a little bit full. Maybe a little bit too full, I would say, for the episode. It was a little bit full. Could have maybe strung some of those bits out. Still solid, still enjoyable. Also, I can't talk about it because otherwise there's a spoiler. There is the main I can say this, though. The one thing I don't like about it, two things. The mystery box concept, which is how a lot of TV shows run by now. I don't think the mystery box concept is very good. And I don't like the villain. The villain is a little bit much. The villain, I would describe the lady villain as anybody who went to high school and had a theater friend or knew the theater kid, and they were always the most flamboyant and always overly dramatic person, always talking in a very theatrical way, and you just Liam, shut the fuck up, nobody cares, sit your ass down. You didn't say it because you were their friend, but you were like, Jesus, you're an embarrassment every now and again. That's how it feels like they're acting. They feel embarrassingly over the top theatrical acting, like pantomime villain acting now and again. I mean, it looks like she's having a great time in being the villain. But man, it's a little much. It's a little much for me. Hyped for the G Witch's return coming up. I didn't even know it was coming up. So no, not really. Because remember, G Witch did next to nothing for me. I was, like I mentioned when it came out or when I saw it, the last episode happened. I was like, oh, the start of the series has begun. Oh, finally. Because that actually felt like the Gundam episode. So I can't say I'm looking forward. I'm going to watch it still. And hopefully it'll have me a little bit more. And the new Konosuba anime. There's a new Konosuba anime? Konosuba season... I guess it'd be season 3, won't it? Konosuba season 3. 4 days ago. Oh, shit! Damn! Oh, damn. There's an official trailer. I'll turn that down because I don't know if that's coming through. Oh. Wait, is this... This looks like... I know very little about, the Konosuba manga, but this looks like it's the Megumin manga offshoot. The side story stuff. It's not actually Konosuba. It's the Megumin spin-off. That's what they're doing for season 3? I guess it makes sense. Oh, it's the Mega Man prequel manga. Oh, I was right. Yeah, okay. I thought so. I was just looking at it and going like, it looks like it's full Mega Man. It must be her spin-off. It is her spin-off. Oh, well, there you go. It's a spin-off. I mean, unlike Mikey, I have the better taste in women, you know. I like my women not completely drunk and mentally damaged and needy, like Mikey with Aqua. I like a lady who can blow up things. Megumin was much more my style. Also, she's less scary than Darkness, let's just say. I don't feel comfortable with throwing cabbages at a lady to get her off. But hey, that's Darkness's thing, not mine. And I guess they announced when Spy X Family's coming back, October. Oh, that's not too far off either. Damn, the animation guys on that must be hoofing that stuff out, because woof. All right, okay, that's good news. I'm pretty happy to hear about that. In terms of things I watched apart from Prime, what else did I watch? I wish Mikey was here for this, because I watched Godzilla vs. Kong, or Kong vs. Godzilla. I would describe Godzilla vs. Kong very much as a good Transformers movie. And that's about it. I don't think it was a very good film. I think it was pretty average to bad. I think King of the Monsters was better. I'll say that I absolutely hated the side story? The hacker side story was insufferably pointless. You know, with L and all that jazz. It was so dumb. The actual hacker and the chunky male friend, they came across as, again, the shitty IT hackers from the first Transformers movie. They were terrible. I mean, the humans are always whatever in a monster. Yeah, but these were aggressively badly written. They were Transformers, the first movie, badly done. Like, if you compare the two groups, they were the same. There was inconsistency in how the Hollow Earth worked as well. Really inconsistent. When they first go to the Hollow Earth in these little fancy ships, they had to go through a portal to get to the Hollow Earth. Once Kong is on his little throne, Godzilla is somehow able to fairly easily and quickly shoot his big mega breath all the way down to the center of the Earth, to the Hollow Earth, and then roar down, and he can roar up, and Kong can just climb out of the hole without going through any of these fancy portals. Is it because it's not part of the chain? Because if that's the case, then the humans could have just dug down, I assume. It's stupid. The only bits that I think are worthwhile, when you turn your brain off and you just watch the CGI monster fight. That was about it. Also, I'm not sure how Ghidorah's skull has telepathic qualities. I guess it does. They say it functions like an organ. All they had to do was say they had a bit of Ghidorah's brain. All they had to do was say they had a chunk of Ghidorah's brain, and I would have been more okay with it. I felt it was too stupid. Not fun stupid, for me. Right. Remember, Mikey doesn't like Independence Day. Mikey says Independence Day is shit. What the fuck is this movie if not similar to Independence Day? What the fuck? It's similar. It's not the same. It's similar. It has weird hype moments. It's got good graphics for the time for both of them. And the writing's nonsensical and stupid in many, many points. Come on, let's not lie to ourselves, Mikey. I think this, for me personally, this movie would have been served better if it was just a Kong movie. Because it actually focused on Kong way more than it did Godzilla. Godzilla was like a side character. It wasn't even a side character. He was a guest character in this movie. He barely took place in it. He had no character in it. The focus was on Kong. He actually got character. We saw some cool things with him. I was like, Monkey. Every time he was on screen, I was just sitting in my little chair here going, Monkey, 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 Monkey. I was very happy to see Monkey doing well. I didn't care about Godzilla. He was just being a twat, as far as I could tell. Didn't have much. You could, I think this would, like I say, better served. Make this a full Kong movie. Have Godzilla come in at the end to help beat up Ghidorah. I think that would have served it better. It didn't feel like an even spread to me. Let me see what chat's saying. Mechagodzilla was great design-wise. I would say Mechagodzilla was okay. I thought it was fine. I liked how it had rocket parts on it, so it could dash about. So it was more maneuverable than either of them. I thought that was a good idea. And more importantly, even though they did buff Kong, they didn't buff him to unrealistically stronger levels than the original Kong versus Godzilla film. I don't know what the power levels were, but yeah, he felt underpowered versus Godzilla, who has like a cheat beam. He has a cheat beam. That's why they had to give him the axe to make it a little bit fairer. In which case, they also nerf Godzilla by giving him electricity weaknesses. Is that in this movie? I thought he was just having the shit kicked out of him, which is why he was losing. I assume the brain was still in the... No, we never saw the brain in the skull. We never saw that. All we saw in the skull... That's the thing, you're having to make assumptions. No one said, here's his brain. There was not a big brain jar. What we saw was a very cool set, which was a practical effect, which would look nice. It was a giant skull with a lot of fluorescent tube lights in it. It looked very cool, but there was no indication that this is Ghidorah's brain. I'm pretty sure they even said that the bones functioned like an organ or something stupid like that, because I got annoyed by it. It's a Toku summer movie, but with monsters. I don't care. Writing. You can say it. If you want to say it's shit writing, you can say it's shit writing. Just by going, it's a Toku movie. It's like, yeah, I don't like most of the Toku movies either because they're badly written most of the time. Most of them are. In the original, Kong gets powered up by electricity and Godzilla is weakened by electricity. Oh, okay. Oh, where is that? That's the movie where Godzilla stuffs a tree in Kong's mouth. That's pretty funny. No, the original from way back in the day. Yeah. I mean, Ghidorah is space alien, so hand wave. Yeah, that's why I sat down after standing up being annoyed by that and went, oh, it's just a fucking alien. Who cares? Who cares? It's just a fucking alien. That's what they want me to do. It's just a fucking alien. If there were aliens, if Gact came down in a leather like suit and his head exploded into a giant fish person, I would have been like, oh, okay, stupid alien shit. Fair enough. That's why I can get away with Final Wars, because it's obviously just stupid. But that's not a movie I would ever say. Final Wars. Very well written movie. Very good character development. I like Final Wars because it's stupid. It's just things beating the shit out of each other. A lot of things beating the shit out of each other. Godzilla gets the spider, swings it around and throws it and it explodes. Done. I'm happy. I'm a happy boy. It's using silly string to do it as well. Very happy boy. Not so much here. Also, Kong in the original film has magic power of being able to repeatedly throw the same rock. Hey, look, the ability to clone rocks is pretty useful. He's using a game cheat, game hack. So, I can't say that I like this movie. You can tell. I don't think it was bad. I think watching a streaming service was probably the best way to see this film for myself. I wouldn't have been happy to pay money for it. I can tell you that much. I would have been like, oh no. I didn't like King of the Monsters, but I think it was better than this. Now, do I like... Okay, so... This is how I'd rate the Monsterverse for myself. I'd probably... Enjoyment, not in terms of what's good. Enjoyment-wise. Probably King of the Monsters. Kong Skull Island. This. Godzilla. Yes, that's how I do it. Yeah. Least favorite was the first Godzilla. I think that's a terrible film. Then this one, it's messy. Then this, even though it's not great, but it's fun. No. Kong Skull Island's my second favorite one. That's right. I think Kong Skull Island's a lot better than this. I have strong feelings on the original Kong vs. Godzilla, largely tied in who won, but I love the new one. I'm glad you do. I know Mikey do as well. He's obviously a big fan. That's why I'm sad he's not here, because he could be very angry. I'm sure I'll if he listens to this, I'm sure I'll get a message from him complaining. I might be wrong. Maybe he won't. But yeah. What else did I watch? I tried to watch the Muhammad Ali movie with Will Smith called Ali. Since that was on Prime as well. I got about 15 minutes through it and went, oh, I get it. It's Oscar bait. No thanks, I'm good. It was like a 10-minute sequence of just a guy singing with things happening. with like Muhammad Ali running down the street, being harassed by police officers, and going to a boxing area to do some boxing, setting up the scene and everything like that. And I went, okay, it's just Oscar bait. No thanks, I'm good. And unfortunately, I think the reason I definitely felt like that was I'm pretty sure it came out in the era where Will Smith was just doing the let's do Oscar bait, let's do more Oscar bait, like 10 pounds of flesh and stuff like that. And I was like, no, I don't need Oscar bait. That's not my jam. I did watch everything everywhere all at once. I typed it in incorrectly on YouTube, so that's my mistake there. I watched it. I thought it was a good movie, but a movie I'd watch only once. I would describe this movie for someone who hasn't seen it as a mix of concepts from The Matrix and Big Trouble in Little China. The husband, we focus on the main character, who's the wife of a guy who's running a laundromat. The guy who runs the laundromat, if you wondered, I would describe him as what's the main Asian character from Big Trouble in Little China, who basically is the exposition plot, who tells Kurt Russell this is what everything is, and Kurt Russell's like, what the fuck's going on? That's the husband in this movie. He's the exposition guy to tell her about the multiverse. It's okay. It's okay. It's got some concepts about, treating your daughter right, because there's definitely a little bit of the hey, my daughter's gay. I'm not going to tell my dad because he'll be disappointed that his granddaughter's gay. It's got some neat visuals. I think we went to the sausage finger dimension a few too many times, for the most part. And I think that the middle of the film had a bit too long of a fight sequence. And I wanted it to get back to like moving the plot forward, but we just I was sat there looking at my watch in the middle portion, because it was just like fight scene after fight scene after fight scene going on. But if you want a good multiverse movie, this is a lot better than Multiverse of Madness. A lot better. I'd recommend this over Multiverse of Madness. But I've seen it once. I kind of don't need to see it again. No need to watch it again. I don't know if I'll rewatch it myself, but what a ride. It was a film. It was a film. I like I say, I didn't think it was bad. Yeah. It's got some weird visuals in as well. Like in the trailer, she does like this finger kung fu, and at a random point in the past, her finger like flexes, and it's got like a big finger muscle, which look creepy as shit. And yeah, the sausage dimension fingers we went there a few too many times for my liking. We went there a lot. We went there like 5 times, something crazy. But like I say, if you haven't seen it, I'd say it's worth a watch. Is it worth a cinema price? Probably not, but you can get it on Amazon. So if you have Amazon Prime, just, give it a go. Have a watch if you like. And the only other thing I've done is I got Fire Emblem Engage for the Switch. Because I was like, I want Fire Emblem. It looks neat. Unfortunately, the story is kind of shit. And the characters are kind of shit. But the gameplay and the visuals, like the art style, it's very Japanese. But it's good. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's just not a good story. And like I say, the characters are very much one note. I swear to God, there's one character called Saline who's a really good, magic user. And every relationship dialogue she has with every fucking character, I swear to Christ, she's talking about tea. Every conversation's about motherfucking tea. Oh, you made new tea for me? The aroma of this tea is amazing. It really brings out the thing of your country. It's like, oh my God, I'm British and I'm sick of hearing this fucking shit about tea. Shut the fuck up. No one cares about tea. It's crazy. There's a guy called Boucheron, who's like your big strong guy, and it's creepy. Every motherfucker talks to him about, how are you so big, Boucheron? How are your muscles so big? What do you do to get so big? Can I touch them? Boucheron's standing there like, oh, so this is what it's like to be a lady and have massive wabs. Like, just feel constantly uncomfortable with every person wanting to touch my muscles. Like, okay, it's a little weird. So yeah, the gameplay though, the actual combat is fun. It's enjoyable. I have looked at the DLC. The DLC feels like an easy mode. Like, you get extra XP, you get gold discounts, you get a lot of other stuff if you go for the DLC, which feels kind of shitty to me. Feels like it's, oh, do you want the game experience to be easier? Because we don't give you a lot of gold through progression unless you grind a lot. Then you want more skill points to inherit, like, better skills for your characters? Oh, then buy the DLC. That'll sort out the problem. It's like they made a problem for you to fix with the DLC, which is a tiny bit annoying, at least from my perspective. Feels like they're hamstringing you into it. I did win today Fire Emblem Three Houses. I hear that's got a better story. It's maybe not as good gameplay-wise, but a lot of people said great things about Three Houses. I'm going to give that a try. Hopefully I'll enjoy that. I haven't got it yet. I've got my eye on some Transformers Stormtroopers as well. The first one, Aqua Blast, went higher than I was willing to pay. But Rage and Drench are getting sold in the next few days. And if I'm lucky, hopefully I'll be able to afford them, because I do like the Stormtroopers. I think they're very cool. But in terms of that, I think that's everything I've been up to. So, since General Techno's here, General Techno, how was TFCon? Did you have a good time, a good experience down there? Did you get yourself the exclusives? And what do you think of them being Boss and the Grimlock? Yeah, have you got the Grimlock? You should wave it in front of Mikey's face. Me too. Because I would, because I'm a bad person. I'm okay with saying that. It's fine by me. It was great. Saw people I hadn't seen since 2019. Met a bunch of people. And then all the regulars too. I do have a Grimlock. Oh, nice. Did you get the boss? Oh, did you see Jobby? Did you see Jobby the Hong? Hey, Exel Hedge. Dang, I missed it. I missed another episode. To be fair, Exel Hedge, time has changed for the UK. We are now ahead an hour. So that doesn't help. The episode will be here. So tomorrow, next week, will be an hour earlier than what you're probably used to, just because time is stupid. I unboxed it last week on Twitch. Oh, nice. I did see Jobby, yes. Oh, what day did he see Jobby? Because I saw his vlog, and he said that on the Saturday, he was hungover and fucking ill and was vomiting. Or did you see him on the Sunday where he was a fixed boy, where he wasn't ill? I saw him on Sunday. Oh, so you saw a healthy Jobby. That's good. Not a diseased boy. That's good. Ran into him briefly. Ah, cool. That's good. He was going to a panel. I'm guessing it was the Beast Wars panel? Trying to remember what his video was. I think that's what it was, right? The Beast Wars panel? Something like that. Sounds like he had a good time as well. Did you get anything else while you were there, General Techno? What other treats did you get yourself while at the TF of the cons? Because I saw that you put up a big cool image of, I mean, I know you didn't get it there, but I saw a big cool image of the Autobot shuttle Titan figure that had been redone into a Dr. Robotnik egg robot, which was very cool, by the way. Really liked it. I thought the egg robot toy head that you pinched and stuck it on looks a lot better there. Only a couple of toys and a bunch of up. Oh, well, it's only stuff you can get at a con, to be fair. So that's cool. Now, of course, Mikey should be back next week. If there are any... Oh, God. If there are any things. Yeah, that was Stupid Monkey, who did hate design on that. Oh, hate the design on that. Okay, for the head sculpt. Yeah, no, I could see that. I had other issues with it, but yeah, no, someone says I don't like the head. I'm like, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. It wasn't the best. I at least it wasn't my style, at the very least, I suppose. If anybody has any questions for me now, you can ask them, or obviously you can send them to Mikey at Mikey's usual addresses. I'll read a few more bits and then we'll get going, because I've gone on a lot longer than I thought I'd be able to. My God, I was able to almost fill out a full 2-hour show. No wonder my voice is wrecked. The Death Egg robot was fun. My buddy Gruff has the Death robot the death egg robot, but I saw that's something I did this week. I saw him, his wife, and his child this week, and they fed me. We went to a Thai restaurant, and I had a lovely red Thai food, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty tasty. Their kid was not hungry and had a plate of chips and like some chicken on a stick, and he didn't want any of it. He was done with it, and I was like, I'll have your chicken. And I said, I went, are you going to have your chicken? Child didn't respond. I looked at the parents. Is he going to eat his chicken? They asked him if he wanted his chicken. He said, no. And I went, okay, I'll have that chicken. And he went, that's my chicken. Oh, I just ate it. He was not happy that I took his chicken from him. He didn't want it. He went primal mode. He went like old school, like Neanderthal caveman mode of like, but that's my food. I want it. I ate one of his chicken strips, and then he ate the other one. I ate one of his chips, and that convinced him to eat the rest of it or more of his chips. Because I was full, right? I was full of delicious Thai food, but I wasn't gonna let them, waste their money. Food. That's good quality food. I ain't letting that go to waste. I'm gonna eat that. The waiter at the end of the meal as well came round and said, does the kid want his free ice cream because it was part of the meal? And Gruff and his wife were like, no, he's all right. And I was thinking to myself, it's probably not okay for me to say I'll have his free ice cream. Just eat it in front of him. But I was very tempted to just be like, yeah, I'll have his ice cream. Give it. It's free. It's already paid for. Give me the ice cream. Yeah, sure. I'm already full, but ice cream melts and it goes in between the gaps of your food. That's how that works. Give me the ice cream. Yeah, fucking let's go, baby. Let's go. Also for convention news, says General Techno, they announced David K as coming to TFCon Toronto last week. Oh, no, that wasn't up on TFW, but I guess if you're heading to Toronto, go and see David K. Or say hello to him if you choose to. I mean, it makes sense because I'm pretty sure David K is Canadian, Canuckian, so it should be easy for him to swan on by. Yeah, if you want to send us some questions, go to the usual links. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube as Decayed Andy, a rotten corpse of a human being. That's just who I am. You can also find this podcast on Moonbase 2 forums. We're on Twitter, iTunes, Facebook, Libsyn, the other places that Mikey usually talks about. On YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast, but if you're watching the live stream now, you'll know. We live stream on Twitter. We live stream on Twitch and YouTube at 8 o'clock UK time, which is now an hour earlier. So if you want to come by and join us, as General Techno and... Oh, I'm very gassy. Dad Musashi did today. Welcome to do so. And even though XL Hedge was late, join us like XL Hedge. You can join us there. Otherwise, patreon.com/moonbase2. $2 each month gets you the early version of the Squawk Box, which Mikey's doing. You get the comic show a week early. Which I need to put out pretty soon, which is me and Big C talking about Books of Doom, the Dr. Doom origin story, which is pretty cool. And if I can, hopefully Moonbase Woo Woo, I think that'll probably have to be next month, though, looking at the dates and whatnot. But I need to finish off talking about Stargate SG-1 and then get Mikey to do some stuff, hopefully. And you can head over to ccbunker.weebly.com if you want to go to those places as well. So, thank you everybody for coming on by. I hope I've managed to carry the ship on my own well enough tonight. Thank you very much for joining me, everybody in chat. And hopefully I'll see you next week. Mikey should be with us. Can't imagine he wouldn't be. So until next time, have a very good day, good evening, and a good night, everybody. I'm dead on the inside. I'm dead on the outside. And until next time, well... We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye, everybody! Bye-bye! Yeah! Bye!